I would like to explain you something about the Supersprint manifolds. First of all, what is the purpose of a manifold? A manifold is made for reducing the back pressure of an exhaust system of a car and increase with that the performance of a car. It's usually composed by a left and a right side manifold at the V engines, and it has a single cylinder tube for every cylinder, which is connected in a connecting piece into one exhaust line. The main purpose of a manifold is to guide the emission gas of each cylinder into the main exhaust string, and the best solution is to make the 4-in-1 connection, for example in this case for a V8 or 4-cylinder, as far as possible back to the car, because this is the best scenario for maximum performance gain. So after we have adjusted the maximum possible or best possible cylinder length of each cylinder tube, we installed the manifold on a car and tested the manifold on a chassis dyno, and with that result of the best performance we gained 40 horsepower and 44 Newton meter just with this manifold. Another important detail of a manifold is to make the length of each cylinder tube as equal as possible. That means that the cylinder which is the farthest away from the connecting point has more or less the same length like the shortest, the nearest cylinder tube. So in this case you can see it here at the manifold. We made some bends, certainly depending on the space available in the car, but we try to do the bending of each cylinder as equal as possible. Another important factor of a manifold is the exhaust gas temperature, which is at a modern high-performance engine about 980 to 1000 degrees Celsius. So that means a manifold has first of all to stand this temperature and also try to reduce the temperature in the engine bay, which has the result or the effect that the performance of the engine will increase with that. Due to this, we have to use a specific material and also a specific production process for the manifolds in order to stand this high temperature. In particular, or this is a specific stainless steel, it's called ISA 304, and a specific welding process, it's TIG welded with an Inconel wire. Another important thing or detail which has to be handled with this specific manifold is the connection of the single cylinder tubes into the main exhaust string. As you can see here, we have several lengths of the single cylinder tubes which we collect together in one string, and this causes a lot of stress and different extensions due to this high temperature, and this has to be handled and equalized somehow. And this is how we made this specific connecting, which is very specific, and we have also an own patent for that, and which I would like to explain you now in detail. So this is the 4-in-1 connection element, which is composed by the following parts. First of all, the collector, 4-in-1. Then a collector plate, also 4-in-1 in this case, sealing rings, and I have some parts here as an example for the cylinder tube. The installation is very easy. You put each cylinder tube inside the collector, put the sealing ring in the right direction over the cylinder tube until the end, and then you put the pressure plate on it. And later on, if all 4 cylinders are installed, they get spring-loaded. That means you need the tool to strengthen this. And by just pressing the plate against these sealing rings, you get a sealing and also a flexibility in length adjustment. That means if there is a heat contact or a heat application, each cylinder tube extends in a different way and it gets equalized due to this specific fixing. It's sealed but flexible, and that's the main purpose of this manifold. And this detail we have also patented in the year 2000 and used these applications in many car applications, for example for Porsche race cars, for Mercedes race cars, and also for BMW. And the same system, as you can see here, has been set in several racing teams, and we won the V8 Superstar race here in Italy 3 years in follow. First year with a Porsche team and then 2 years with a Mercedes C63. Why TIG and why Inconel weldings? It's a simple solution because the main purpose for an Inconel or a TIG welding is the temperature resistant. That means with the TIG welding, with the electric wire, the steel gets melted and we put Inconel steel into the welding seam, and Inconel has a temperature resistance of 1200 degrees. That means the result of this welding is an extremely high temperature resistant part. So this particular collector system has usually been developed for racing purpose, where extreme temperatures and also extreme temperature shock situations existing. And we have to find a solution to compensate this, as I explained to you with the flexible connection. And since that time, we use this racing detail also for high-performance street car purposes. That means the result of this Mercedes C63 manifold is a racing component used for street. And we gain with this manifold 40 horsepower and 44 Newton-meter torque.